Hello everyone, it's Dawn here and welcome back to First Light Creations. And today we're going to be continuing our mini-series from PAPERCRAFT Society Box 33. And I'm going to do, well, I was going to do a card which was similar or based on this example from the book. But mine's sort of gone its own way. It's gone a slightly different way. It's not going to be a rectangular card, it's going to be a square card, and it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be sort of the same, but oh, you'll see as we go along. Anyway, I've already made a bit of a start in the interest of time, and so you don't fall asleep with boredom. So, I'm going to take the book away and let you see what I've already done. So, what I've done is I have used one of the, well, I've used several of the leaves, or the stamps, but I've used this here, this leaf stamp here, to stamp those. And in the background, before I even started, I'm just going to finish off, there's one little corner I haven't quite finished off. I used one of my own ink pads because I wanted a very pale pink. And this is from Craft, but it's really beautiful. In fact, it's old, it's running out, so it's perfect. And I'm just going to show you how I did it. I'm just going to finish off this little corner. You just moisten your brush, just like you do if you're painting ordinary watercolour actually. And you just paint over and you've got a nice tone. This just takes away that bare white from the card. This is just ordinary cardstock. And for the leaves, what I did, we don't need the pink anymore. We haven't got a green in our box this time, but I have, again, this is a Craft green. And what I did, I've already painted in 3 of them. You can use your stencil to do this if you wanted to, but I didn't do that this time. All I did was I picked up some colour from my pad, my ink pad, and I just painted it on as if we were painting watercolour, in a watercolour style really. So we're going to carry on doing that, and we're just going to finish off this little leaf. So it doesn't take long. And as I say, if you wanted to use the stencil as a guide to stop you from going over the lines, you could. But I didn't, because it's quite a simple shape. But if you want to do that, do go ahead. I did try doing that and I missed some of the lines. I actually found it easier to do it freehand. But that's just me, I'm awkward. So there we go. That's that part. And I'm just going to put those out of the way because I should say, I did use the inks that came with the pack, or 2 of them for this session. And I've used this beautiful fuchsia pink, and what I've done, I've used one of the other stamps. Let me just slide that to one side. I've used this stamp to stamp that image, and I used this die to cut it out, and I just put it over and ran it through my machine, and I've actually cut 4 of those. And so what I'm going to do, and I just watercoloured them, so again I've got a pot of very mucky water over here, so I've got my pot of water just off camera. But again, I just picked up some water from the ink pad and just painted it with my brush on like that. And I did that all the way around, and I did exactly the same in the middle with the yellow. So that's how I did the painting. So let's just get the ink pads out the way so that I don't knock them over. I'll put them to one side really, and put the cap on so that they don't dry out. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put the thing together. Now this is a 5x5. If I didn't tell you at the beginning of the video, which I don't think I did, this is a 5x5 inch card, and I will add this in the description below. And I don't want a totally flat image. I have cut a couple more leaves and painted them in exactly the same way. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my red runner tape. I'm not going to use glue this time. And I'm just going to put a bit of tape there because I don't want these 2 leaves flat. I want this one standing up, or just to give it a bit of dimension. I'm going to leave these ones not stuck down. If there's a term for that, I'm not quite sure if there is. But I'm going to do the same with this one here. So I'm just going to stick down the stem within the confines. Oh, I don't think I did. Oh, okay, why didn't that stick? Try again. Oh, that's better. Oh. Tape runner's acting up. Oh dear, never mind. So there we go, we're okay now. So I wanted that just to give it a bit of dimension. And I've done the same, or I'm going to do the same, with my flowers. And again, I'm just going to, if I pop that over there, I'll bring it down here a bit so that you can see. I'm just going to run the tape along that bottom edge like that. So we're not going to stick it down flat. And I'm going to stick it about, or place it, about there. We don't want to cover up the leaves completely, but we do want to have them behind our flowers. So we're going to carry on doing that. So I'm going to put that on there. And this time we're going to put that one there, like that. And we're going to leave these bits just up a little bit, sticking up a little bit. And we're going to do the same with the other two, like this. And again, but this time we're going to leave a bit of a gap, and I'll show you why in just a second. So this won't take long. And again, I'm just going to put the tape along there just to cover up those leaf joints really. Now I've got two more little flowers like that, which I cut from that die there, and I stamped from that stamp there, and I painted it in exactly the same way that I've just shown you a little while ago. And this time I think we are going to have them, well, more or less flat. Well, again, it's a very small flower, so most of it's going to be flat anyway. So I am just going to put some across the edge or across the bottom, and we're going to put one up there, and we're going to have one over here, and then I'm going to show you how I'm finishing it off. So we're just going to do that, pick it up. Because it's sticky, you can pick it up with your finger. So there we go. There's our flowers all in place. Actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's just go down just a wee bit. That's it. Now I've shown you the colouring, we can just go down just a little bit. Now I've taken a little strip of this beautiful pink watercolour style card, like we used on the last one. And because I've coloured this, watercoloured this background, that's going to go quite nicely. Now I'll show you a trick. The easy way of getting this, don't try and cut it exactly to 5 by 5, because the chances are you might make it too small. So my tip of the day is to cut it longer. And what we're going to do, we're going to run, if you're going to use glue, run your glue. If you're like me using tape, run your tape along there. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring that back into the middle of the screen, and we're going to stick that so that it covers the bottom edges of our flowers, like that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to see if we can find a pair of scissors, and that is the right pair of scissors, wonderful. And we're going to turn it over on the back, and then just trim like that. Just hold it flush to your card edge. Don't cut the folded edge, because you'll cut the thing in half. I like that. And because it's got sticky stuff on it, you might find it sticks to the scissors, so that's all right, just let it fall off. So like that, and just cut. And then when you turn it over, you will have a piece that's exactly the right size. So there you go. And from the sentiment, there's a little sentiment sheet which I showed you the last time round, and this time I've cut out the happy birthday, and I've cut it out twice. And I'm just going to move that to one side for just a second. White on white, I can't see what I'm doing, but again, I'm going to roll that across there. Again, you can use glue if you want to. I'm just using this because it's quicker, and I happen to have it on my desk. And I'm going to centralise that, pop it in the middle, well, in the middle-ish, and you have a card. Now that is a beautiful card on its own. Now I'm going to add one little extra detail. This wasn't in the box, it's from my own stash, but I think it's really cute. I've got a pack of tiny little ladybirds, or ladybugs, whichever you like to call them, and I think I'm going to put it in the middle of those two leaves like that. They're self-adhesive, and I'm just going to stick that down like that, and that will just make a cute addition. Now you don't have to do that. If you haven't got these embellishments, don't worry about it. But I decided to add mine in just as an extra touch. And you know what? You'll never guess what I've done. I've done it back to front. Oh dear. Now, if that should happen, I've actually put mine back to front. Now, if that should happen, what you need to do, don't panic, what you would need to do is cut it off, just make another card and flip it the right way around. So that's my second tip of the day. Make sure you've got the card the right way around before you start. Or the other way you could do it, if we're lucky, the only thing that's going to look wrong is the happy birthday. So if we're lucky, do you know what? We might get away with that. So let's see if we can pull that off. We won't worry too much if it marks because we're going to put it back on again in a sec. So let's just pull that off. And we're going to turn that round the other way. And so if the ladybird is at the top, that's absolutely fine. So let's see if we can get away with murder, shall we? Run some more runner tape along there. And stick that back down like that. And do you know what? I think we've just about saved this card. So there we go. So our ladybird is now at the top, but that's okay. So there we go. A rescued card. I think we should call this a rescue card. So there we go. And it is now the right way around. That was fun, wasn't it? And it will stand up really nicely, even with all that embellishment on it. And there is a very pretty card made from our PAPERCRAFT Society Box 33. So if that happens to you, don't panic like I almost did. Just very gently peel it off, turn the card round, and you've still got a beautiful card. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful, and found the useful tips of how to put things right when you mess it up like I do. Or when you make mistakes. We don't mess things up in craft. We adjust if you decide to adjust it. So I hope that's helped you to overcome unforeseen circumstances, shall we say. So I do hope you've enjoyed this and found it useful. And if you're enjoying these videos, especially my mistakes, please do give us a like, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the notification bell. And you'll see lots more of my videos, my projects, and probably my mistakes as well. So that's how we learn. So I shall be back again tomorrow with the third in our project, and I think we'll be making a shaker card. And I've got a really cool way of how to make shaker cards. So I hope you can come back and join me for that. Yes, I've just had a little peek. We will be using the sequins in our box, or some of them anyway, and we'll be making a shaker card. And I'll show you my really cool tip for a quick and easy shaker card. So please do come back and join me for that. And in the meantime, have fun with the rest of your week. Stay safe, everybody. Have fun and happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.